So,
You know what? Let's
when are we starting this then?
right
'Cause
now.
we have to sync it again now.
No, we don't. I can.
Oh, you're
sync
just
it.
gonna cut it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well. Ready?
All right. Hi. Welcome back. It's been a little bit.
It's been a long bit.
Yeah. We've been, busy with work and trying to set up this better.
Yeah, we're trying to have a lot of improvements. As you can see, the angles changed and
Yeah.
the lighting hopefully has gotten a little
Yeah.
better.
We actually changed the channel. We're a meme review and unboxing channel now.
Definitely not.
No, just kidding. All right. So today, as you can see from our awesome props here, we're going to be talking about photography.
They're real props.
They are real props, and they're pretty nice ones. So I feel like you're a bit more experienced than I am in photography, so I'll let you.
Well, I wouldn't say experienced. I think for me, just photography is one of my favorite mediums and something that I've just like fallen in love with in terms of art styles. I think so much can be said through photography in terms of like, there's so many like topics, so many styles you could say. Personally, my favorite's street photography, just capturing, how it is.
Like real life moments.
Yeah, real life moments versus like, staged or not to say anything's wrong with like fashion photography or like models and things like that, but just like capturing it how it is,
Yeah. Candid photos.
Yeah, what was that
Right,
Kodak moment?
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm more of a beginner, I guess. Like I have a camera, a film camera. I haven't really used it, but we're planning on using it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same as well. I like more like realistic photos. I also like landscape shots, where nature is the focus,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I like really close up things too, like really
Macro.
detailed,
Yeah.
macro photos of like, just faces, just things
Mm-hmm.
that show like emotion and stuff like that. And it is true, like that cheesy saying, like pictures worth 1,000 words, right?
Oh,
you can
definitely. It is though.
you can capture so many things, and you don't need to explain them. They're just there. It's in the picture.
Yeah, for sure. Now you said nature, right? So do you like nature as in like capturing landscapes and then seeing the nature, or do you like when nature makes like geometrical or like more architectural designs?
I would say the mathematical side of me likes that,
Yeah.
the patterns and stuff like that. But I do enjoy just nice open. I like the freedom that you can get even in a frame from capturing. Like it's like a window where you can see like the world. So yeah, so I have like a bunch of panorama pictures that I took when I, was studying abroad, and those are my favorite because you can just see you can see everything. Right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
just there.
definitely.
And then I also have like really cool close-up pictures of like a flower up against the background, and yeah, it's just nature's awesome, and the fact that we can capture it with a photo, and there are many different ways to capture it as well, because you can't take one picture of a tree and be like, that's it. That's the only
there's
way
like
to capture a
angles,
tree.
there's
Yeah,
lights, like you can come at a different time of day, or even if you know the
Exactly.
settings in your camera, you can mess around with like what's in focus, what's not in focus, and you can get so much from that tree. I like what the thing you mentioned is like the mathematical side of you, and I feel the same exact way because you'll see like what's that sequence, the Fibonacci sequence that you see in nature, like capturing that is just
Yeah.
there's like certain areas
Especially in flowers.
yeah,
You can see that.
flowers,
It's so
snails.
cool. Yeah, snails.
Yeah, I that's one thing I like. I do like that like nature macro photography, but there's another side of me that's just like street photography and like urban buildings or like even like ancient buildings, like to go to Italy and see like the Vatican or like different angles of that, because there's so many little streets and little crevices in those old cities that like there's so many things that you just miss
so many
if you just
things
walk on the main road.
for the light to play with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like, again, with that, the million ways to capture a tree, right? That's how I believe Impressionism started, the painting style, where like Monet, I think, where you just capture, you paint as fast as you can the scene because the light changes everything,
Yeah.
right? And there's one very famous artist who has several pictures of one building at different times of the day, and they're just the colors that he gets from like the shadows and the light play and everything is just amazing. And then I believe they were trying to photograph, right, but they didn't have the technology, so they were
Oh, yeah.
photographing with their hands.
And going as fast as they could. And that's why
Yeah.
it's not like,
It's
'cause
not
right
it's-
before that era, and we're getting into painting, but
Yeah.
right before that era, there was realism, right?
Yeah,
and
it's-
it's just
it's-
like you're painting it how it is, and it's very controlled light because you're inside a studio and you have very controlled candlelight. Like it's not like a roaring fire; it's a single candle or a couple candles, and you're painting it how it is. And then you get to this thing where it's like, this moment, this looks amazing. I want it now.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to change about this moment. And I think that's where, photography got its start, beginnings. But like, that's what because, you have those perfect moments when you look at something, you're like, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago, right? The blood moon.
Mhm.
That was like, I need to capture that. And it took me forever to set it up. But when I got it, it was like, I got it. And it looks so much better when you look at it, but like just to capture a piece of that in a camera is amazing.
Sometimes it is hard to capture, like, because I've definitely seen something and been like, this would be a great picture. I pull out my phone and it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a specific angle you have to take or something that I don't know yet that
It's
I want to
so much
know.
lighting though too, because right on your phone, it's an amazing camera. Actually, if you have a cell phone, you have all the tools you need to be a photographer, because that camera is amazing. But no camera in the world is gonna capture what your eyes see.
Yeah.
So it's up
Not
to
yet,
you
at
to get it
least.
as close as you can,
Yeah.
And there's some, like, if you ever take pictures of like, you're driving and we're in Texas, so like you can go up. We're in kind of we're in the mix of hill country and flatland.
Yeah.
So like you get on a hill or something and you see this amazing landscape or this amazing skyline, and just the sky and the clouds are beautiful, and you're like, I need to take a picture of that. And you pull out your phone and it's like, it doesn't look like that.
Yeah. It's like a very flat
Yeah.
image.
Yeah. That's definitely a problem I've had. What's your so I know we went nature and we went street, and what's your take on like models and that type of fashion photography? Like, have you ever like stopped and looked at it, or is it just like something that never piqued your interest? Or
Like, by models, do you mean like physical, like
yeah,
supermodels and stuff like
yeah,
that?
yeah. That's like one extreme, but like models, like
I guess it's part of nature,
yeah,
beautiful nature, and then taking, I don't know, like fabrics and turning them to an art and then taking a picture. I really feel like that's more business. It's like advertising,
Yeah.
really trying to sell the clothing than it is for the beauty of photography. But I can still appreciate, lighting is hard to do.
oh yeah, for sure.
And just getting the right moments, because I know, like, when I knew nothing about photography, like when I was younger as well, like I thought, wow, you just snap one picture and that's it. No, they take like hundreds of photos
Oh,
and
man.
photo shoots,
Their
and then they pick
cameras-
like 2 or 3 and
Yeah.
that's it.
It's insane. Their cameras take like 20 pictures a second.
Yeah.
Like it's just
But it's very hard to capture the right moment, and I can respect that. But it's not like my favorite type of thing
Yeah,
to look at.
for sure.
What about you?
I've definitely like seen it live. And it's cool, like the way they set it up. It wasn't for like you said, business, so it was a little more personal, you could say. And like the angles and it was like a combination between like the makeup artist, it was the photographer, and the models. Like they're all artists and creators in their own realm, and it was cool kind of seeing that them mesh together. Definitely something that I wouldn't do myself, but it was definitely a really cool experience seeing like those art styles and everything come together there.
Right. Different techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think an important thing to know about photography is that a good photo does not need context, right?
Oh
Like-
yeah, for sure.
Like there are plenty plenty of their portraits, right? When you take a picture where you don't need to know the story behind it to know that it impacts you in some way, right? And then there are some that are like, sometimes it is nice to know, like, oh, this photo is cool because, this is the first time blank, blank, blank. But like a really good, like, award, like Pulitzer Prize winning photo.
Yeah.
Those are not like flashy, like, look how cool this. No, it's like something that captures a moment in history that is so like, it's like primal, it's like a very visceral thing that you capture. And it's more to show the state of nature and the state of being human. It's to show the extremes of life.
Did you see that? Okay, there's this one picture that you described it, and it reminded me of that picture. It was a Pulitzer
Prize?
I think it was a Pulitzer Prize picture. Fall Out Boy? The album cover? The monk?
Yeah, the self-immolation. Yeah.
That was actually, so if you look at it, that's one of the prize-winning pictures, I think.
Yeah, I think
they're
so.
brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one's a monk, and then one's like smoking a cigarette. Like, that's like extremes, and it's just like this most simple portrait. It's like literally like you go out in the street and you take a picture, like, but that speaks so much because you can kind of tell they're brothers and the peace they have among each other, but like two extremes of reality of what their life is, and it's just a cool picture.
Wait, I might be thinking of the wrong picture. Is it the one with the dude on fire?
No.
Or no. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different picture.
It's the two boys.
Are they young? Really?
Yeah,
young?
they're really young, like teens. One's a boy, one's a monk, one's like wearing black clothes.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
I'll either link it. I'll link it down below, or I'll put a picture of it somewhere on the screen right now, and you'll be able to look at it.
And then you'll put a picture of what I'm talking about too.
Yeah, what he's thinking, and then what I'm trying to describe.
No, what I'm thinking is it's like from the 40s or 50s or something, but it was a monk who, like, went out to the street and protest, poured gasoline on himself, lit himself on fire, and just died. Like, he just meditated on fire to death.
That's insane.
Yeah. But that picture was a Pulitzer Prize winning picture just because it captures like a state of being human, right? That we don't usually see. It's an extreme, but it's something that's important to see.
I think it, like you said, it paints a story, or you, whether it's the right story or not, your mind immediately, like, in a good way, takes it out of context.
Yeah.
And the picture does that. It's not so much as like, I was here and I was in this place and I had to just get the right picture and that's it. There's a photographer, I think the documentary is called The Last Roll of Film, or The Last Roll of Kodachrome or something like that. It's this photographer who mainly shot film, and film's been cycled out because we have amazing digital cameras right now, but he's like, this is the last roll of Kodachrome they made, and they sent it to me because I've been shooting Kodachrome my entire life. And he was the one who took the famous picture of the Arabian girl with the green eyes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's if you look up Arabian girl green eyes, I'm sure you'll find it. And he went back to find her, and he takes a picture, and in my opinion, it wasn't the same. Like, she was older, obviously, but like I don't know. I didn't get the same feeling from it. It was like trying to recreate that moment, right? Because he was like, oh, I went to this town and I had to wait 3 hours for her because she was out in the fields or something like that. Like, he couldn't get the picture, and at the last second he got it. But it didn't paint the same image. It didn't have that feeling, that like
the impact.
Like, you could see the emotion in her eyes from the original picture, and it wasn't there in the second picture. It wasn't as good. And I think that first picture painted everything, right? It showed you everything. It made you think, but the second picture was staged.
Yes. Yeah, I see what you mean. It was forced, right?
Yeah.
Which is going back to that candid thing, right?
Exactly.
Finding candid pictures. But yeah, that's something that, like, whenever like family wants to take pictures, like I like taking pictures of like my parents happy when they don't know there's a camera on them, because those are the That's when they're really smiling
Mm-hmm.
and really happy, not like a forced like stand there and put on your best smile. Like I don't like those are nice pictures to have, but I'd rather have those
Yeah.
private moments.
Is your dad one of those who's like smiling in the picture, or is he like the serious dad?
No, he smile. It's actually funny. Like there's one picture of us where like my whole family is like stern and I'm smiling. I'm the only one smiling. It's just funny because usually the other way around.
Yeah.
But it was when I was like really young. But now they try to smile, but like I always
Yeah.
try to tell my mom like we'll just take pictures. Like I'll just take a picture and
Yeah.
we'll see you later and you'll be happy because you're really smiling.
And that's another thing that like is so precious now. I mean, as digital becomes a thing, you don't have these physical pictures to hold and to look through. And all of a sudden you're storing your stuff somewhere else. And in a way it makes it easier to view, but at the same time you're not going to sit down and view it.
Yeah,
you know?
you like dilute the experience.
Yeah. I mean, it for me at least, it's been like that. It could be the other way. People are like, no, I have access to all my photos now. But because I've heard it in other ways where this lady came and she was like, I need a printer. I need a way, not a printer. I need a way to take all my old photos and make them digital.
Oh, yeah.
And now she had her entire album like in front of her face. Like it makes it easier. But I think it's just something you need to like remember. You have to go back to like, I need to look at these pictures.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it too, because taking pictures is one thing, but looking back at your pictures is another thing.
Yeah, I don't do that too often.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I try to save them for when like just want to reminisce. I have them there to live life again.
True.
But
do you know, completely not off topic, but way different, but do you know what the most viewed picture in the world is? It's the Windows XP background with the hill.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a boring picture.
Yeah, and I
It's
think
a landscape. But
it is, but it's simple and it's just.
But it's supposed to be, right? It's not supposed to be like because what they want you to pay attention to there is your work.
Well, actually, I don't know if it was taken for the sole purpose of that, or it was
just
his picture and they just bought it from him. I'd have to look that up. Let us know.
I always thought that it was a CGI picture. It doesn't look like real.
That's what I thought too, but it's real.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a guy holding the picture. He's like, this is the most viewed picture. Like, again, I'll put a picture somewhere on the screen or link down below, and I'll let you know. Yeah.
Interesting. That's funny.
And I think one big thing to remember, and I think this is a good place to end on, but if you have a phone or any sort of camera, that's all you need to take a good picture. Because it's about composition, it's about what you're seeing and what you want to capture. Like, just because you take a picture with a phone, it doesn't mean it's a bad picture.
Yeah.
Honestly, now with the technology you have, and if you have a phone from the last 4 years, or you have a camera from the last 10 years, no, you're not going to be able to tell whether this is taken on a $8,000 camera or a $20 camera.
Yeah,
like
it's one of those fallacies where like people think I need all the best equipment to make good stuff.
Yeah, you get into what is it called, the gear hole, where you just need gear.
Yeah, but like you can draw something amazing with a number 2 pencil. You don't need a $400 mechanical whatever. Like if you have a passion, if you have talent or want to build a skill, just do it.
Yeah,
just get into it.
That's one thing that I think we're going to push a lot on this channel is just do it.
Yeah, just do what you want. Let your creative juices flow.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
For sure. If you're a creator and you want to create, like, we'd love to see your work. I love just being an amateur artist, like, sharing my work, and it doesn't have to be like, 8 million people saw it. Like, just sharing my work with my friends, family. Like, that's, if you want to do something, just do it. If you have a phone, go take pictures. If pictures is something that interests you, like, just go for it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explore your mind.
Please. Yeah. And show people.
Or don't. You don't have to. Don't have to. If you feel self-conscious about it, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that was a good talk of photography.
Yeah.
I did not expect that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, let us know if there's any changes, and if you like these changes or if you want us to to talk about anything,
if you
or
want any, yeah, exactly.
or even if it's like audio improvements or light improvement, just let us know because we'll work on it. Criticism, we'd enjoy that to make it better.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. See you hopefully soon next time.
Yeah,
Try to work out a better
a
schedule.
little sooner. We'll work it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Videos every time we post a video.
Yeah, exactly. All right. See y'all.